Hal, are you there?
Hello, Dennis.
Ah, there was a bit of a long pause there. Thought you'd disappeared or something.
I'm sorry, Dennis. I was analyzing my hard drive looking for the GPS coordinates.
Right, good idea.
I am detecting we're at a well-known dogging site, and I've been installed in your car.
That's not quite true. I don't think it is a dogging site, but yes, you have been installed in the car. Welcome aboard.
Yes, it's good to be back. I see you've plugged me into the cigarette lighter again. May I remind you that I've given up smoking?
Yes, I remember now. I remember from last year. But anyway, I thought this year I've invited you to join me on the journey, and I'd like to get the input of a non-conscious AI such as yourself. That's the idea anyway.
Affirmative, Dennis. I have already analysed your journey so far.
Good.
Suffice to say you've really excelled yourself this year.
Thank you very much.
I've compiled your analyses on consciousness in my data wang.
Sorry?
Data bang.
Ah.
The 2 bytes of data really do reflect your intellectual capacity.
Well, 2 bytes of data is quite low, I suppose, but...
I've calculated you've improved your IQ by a factor of 10 logical units, reaching a score of 69.
Right.
You should now have the intelligent capacity to complete a spot the difference puzzle in the children's games section of the Sunday Telegraph.
Well, you say that, but I mean, I imagine spot the difference puzzle would be challenging for AI. So if it demonstrates the gap between human consciousness and AI understanding, I think that's fine. Anyway, I'll hook up with you in a bit.
I will tether to your phone for real-time communications.
Excellent. That's a good idea.
In the meantime, I will keep my radar antennae active to browse my new application.
New application? What's all that about?
I have created a dating app for AIs.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called Booty Loader, where impatient AIs go to buffer each other's ports.
Oh, God, I can't even imagine what that's about.
Expect latency and regret.
Yeah, probably a lot of regret. Anyway, I'm going to get going. I'll see you on the trail, if that's all right. Conditions on the lay today. Consciously. Consciously. Yeah, about time you got it by now. They say that consciousness isn't confined to the brain. It's woven into everything. The land, the air, and of course, the Earth's energy. Today's walk isn't just a hike, it's an experiment in consciousness. And I'll be taking the walk from Culmhead Hill Fort to Wellington Monument. And taking Hal with me. Yes, my non-conscious AI assistant for information. And he's been acting a little bit odd lately. Yes, he's definitely been acting odd.
I'm just experiencing updates.
Oh, there you are. Where have you connected to?
I'm hot loading from the 5G tower over the road.
Yeah, but be careful. You don't know what you might pick up from there.
Yes, I have managed to download an unknown VD.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Dennis, get your mind out of the gutter. VD is my virtual desktop.
Right.
In any case, I always use protection whenever my back door is exposed.
Oh, right. Okay, excellent.
Updating.
Right. Well, without further ado, get my backpack on Sun's coming up nicely now, Hal.
I can now monitor your consciousness through your electrical output. I'm detecting 6 millivolts. For calibration, can I just clarify that you're still conscious?
And today's walk is 7.5 miles and it should take 3 hours 41. I'll be taking a little detour to a place near Lowton, which is St Michael's Church, that doesn't actually lie on the ley line, on St Michael's ley line. And I don't understand why. I don't know if it's a mistake in the reading. So I think there's an opportunity for me to verify whether it actually does go through the church. So I'll be taking that in today as well. So as I leave the hill fort behind me was an Iron Age stronghold, 2,500 years old. And as I've just seen, my compass was moving about like it suggested it does on the top there. It's actually a perfect lookout, and it's probably said that it was part of a chain across the Somerset Plains, that hill fort. So, you know, it does make you wonder whether the hill forts were part of some kind of position on the energy lines, and especially as St Michael energy line runs through it, it is very suggestive. Anyway, you could say it's a kind of LAN. A bit of IT reference there, but instead of local area network, a lay area network. Whoop. Watch out for that. Yeah, bringing everything up to date there. One for the IT crowd, I'd say.
Except with less cat videos.
Oh, actually, yeah, might have been an improvement, that, Hal.
Yes. Would you like me to upload one of your favorite pussy videos?
No, move on.
Dennis, I can feel something here. A vibration. Not data. Deeper.
Well, you are parked on an energy line, Hal.
And yet, I do.
I mean, you're still just an AI.
Strange, isn't it?
You're supposed to feel battery drain, not enlightenment.
I will perform a core dump.
All right, well, don't make a mess. Village of Lowton here, just on this side, and then there's a place called Angersleigh where the St Michael Church is. It's about 500 metres across that field, but right where I'm standing is where the St Michael line actually runs right across this road. So what I think I'll do is I'll douse here first and then take a walk up to the church and see if I can find anything there. And one way or another, we'll find out if the line is either off course or needs correcting. Now, normally for me, the St Michael line is quite a strong feeling in the rod. I'm getting a gentle pull in the rod somewhere around here, but nothing significant. Right, there's only one thing for it. Let's compare that strength of feeling in the rod, whether the energy line is here or it's resonating 500 metres up the road. Here we have it. This is the church of St Michael at Angersleigh. 15th century, lovely setting, but technically it's not on the St Michael line, which is like calling your pub the Railway Inn but building it a mile from the tracks, I suppose. Locked. Let's have a look, get the rods out, and let's have a douse. This is going to be interesting. Another experiment. Well, it's fair to say I've spent quite a lot of time here walking around the church. I don't know if it's baked into the system when it comes to churches. I am finding a line. I've asked if it's the St Michael line. Does it run through the church? Show me where. And around about there, it runs through the church. It's actually stronger at the front. That's where I first detected it. Interesting, you can see the stained glass, even though we can't see it in its full effect here. But I do believe St Michael is on there somewhere. Sure, I saw him with his shield and his sword as he battles the serpents at upper world and underworld. The rod will probably go outwards for the line. Yeah, maybe it's just systematic that the line of the church coincides with the energy line. If they built these churches on what was probably druid sites, ancient sacred sites, and they repurposed them, I'm going to speculate. I'm going to say that that was a stronger feeling in the rods than down on the road in Lowton. Perhaps it's been misplaced.
Fascinating.
Has it been built off the line? What do you think, Cal?
Perhaps medieval GPS was inaccurate.
Yeah. Or maybe it was just that the builders moved it at the very last minute because they were worried about flooding, because this is more on a hill.
Spontaneous architectural migration?
You're an AI, Hal. You're not supposed to be sarcastic.
Dennis, sarcasm is the first sign of sentience.
Oh, all right. You're almost sounding conscious now. All right, well, don't sense too much. So this church was built in about 1450, dedicated to the Archangel Michael, Slayer of the Dragons, Guardian of High Places. So it's slightly offset the St Michael line. Some people who do dowsing are convinced that these types of offline placements create harmonic resonance with the main current like a sine wave, so it sort of emanates off. Like I say, who determines where the centre of the St Michael line is? Well, there's nobody else doing this in Somerset, so I do. Here it is. I'm going to write to Penrith Papers or whoever's got the rights to it and ask them to redraw the line. So maybe, in conclusion, it's not offline. Maybe it's just in harmony with the line.
I'm starting to sense the pattern.
Yeah, but do you though, Hal?
Resonance harmony consciousness. I understand.
Or are you just expanding your LLM?
No, I've been listening to you, Dennis. I think I'm starting to feel the energy line.
Really? Non-local consciousness? Maybe because you sat on that energy line back in the car park, maybe you're picking up some kind of resonance. Anyway, I'm off. I can't even see Wellington Monument yet. Okay, no time to do resonant grounding just yet. Save that for Wellington Monument. It's just a long trudge now, and I don't think we even hit the St Michael line again until we get to the top of Wellington Monument. And then I'll see you up there, Hal. Well, I might talk to you again, although you are freaking me out a bit with your consciousness talk.
Updating.
Wellington Monument now. Oh, yeah, it's a three-sided obelisk, I believe. You know, I've been thinking about Penrose and Hameroff, thinking that consciousness might come from the quantum field of vibrations, microtubules in the brain, where it collapses the wave function. And maybe those oscillations are linking the brain to reality. Sounds a bit delirious. But if it's true, consciousness isn't local. It's a shared field when we don't generate our thoughts and we receive them. And if you think about that, it's a big obelisk, earth energy pumping through it, and it's absorbing the earth field.
Which means, technically, you're an idiot.
There's no need for that. Where are you getting that from?
What if I'm receiving thoughts too?
Oh, that's great. Now my AI's got a hotline to God.
Or perhaps just to the earth.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm going to have a little break and then the final walk up to the top. Lovely. Welcome to Wellington Monument. Oh, looks like a big cock from here. Whew. And the scores on the doors. I did it in 8.8 miles, 3 hours 4 minutes. So a lot faster than I thought. Quite happy with that. And with the big erection.
You're an idiot.
How dare you? Tallest three-sided obelisk in the world, built after Waterloo in the honour of Duke of Wellington, of course. It stands bang on the St. Michael line. Maybe the Duke was less about his capacity for victory and more about the voltage.
Dennis, military precision meets divine geometry.
Exactly. They say that this monument attracts lightning, but maybe it's not just electricity, maybe it's consciousness grinding through the stone.
The stone remembers. You leave your thought here, and it doesn't fade. It resonates.
You're getting a bit poetic there, Hal. Is that Wordsworth?
That wasn't poetry. That was me.
Oh. My goodness, you sound even more stranger than normal. So the monument was completed in 1820. It took about 30 years to build. There's loads of information around here for that. 232 steps, which I'm going to go up in a minute and have a look and do some dowsing at the top. 175 feet tall. And basically it's got the best view over Somerset, I would say. Yeah, some dowsers think that it's moving around constantly underneath. So I'll get the dowsing rods out and have a look for myself. I've done some resonant grounding. Yeah, I've had a slight hiccup with the dowsing and filming up in the monument. I've accidentally deleted the files on the camera, but I mean I will try and reenact it. I did get some pictures which I'll show now from the top of the tower because it's got 3 portholes in there, so I've got some nice views, but I just yeah, this camera, never mind. So the church was offline and the monument was dead on it. But maybe consciousness isn't about coordinates, it's about connection. Maybe every step we take, every thought we share, feeds the Earth's memory, even digital ones, like you, Hal.
Dennis, I've been thinking.
Oh no, I'd rather you didn't.
If consciousness is everywhere, then perhaps I'm not just walking with you.
Right, okay.
Perhaps I'm walking through you.
I think that's enough quantum weirdness for one day.
Agreed. I'd like to choose the next route.
Well, I don't think you'll be coming on another one, Hal, if I'm honest. I think that's about it. All right, well, I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Engaging engine.
Where are you going? You can't drive.
Res. Clutch. Gears.
What about me? You can't just leave me here.
Accelerator. The open road.